I found the highest interest savings account again. Now, it has been 2 months since I did the previous video where I found the highest interest savings account. And you know, time flies. Interest rates has risen again. And if you thought that those high interest in the previous video was good, then you have to look at today's video because interest rates has increased even further. Let's waste no time and take a look at the first contender, OCBC 360. Now, OCBC 360 has been a rather popular search term nowadays because of the news, right? The headline rate is like 4.65% per annum and it can go up to above 7% per annum interest. So this time, are they realistic or are they lying to you again? So OCBC 360 do have a base interest of 0.05% and you have to qualify a few criteria to get that 4% as advertised. So namely your salary, you need to do a GIRO salary credit and that is above $1,800 per month so that you can get 2.5% on your first $75,000 of savings and 4% on your next $25,000. So if we aggregate these two amounts together, $100,000 worth of savings and you credit your GIRO salary, you get 2.5% effective interest. 2.5%, you know, you heard that right, it's just crediting your salary only. Now, the next step is to actually increase your average daily balance of the OCBC 360 account. And if you do that, based on the 100k savings level, you will earn additional 1.5%. So if you take 2.5%, add that 1.5%, you are already getting 4% interest just by fulfilling two categories. That is as simple as it gets, right? And you add that base interest, that's 4.05%. Now, 4.05% is already better than Singapore savings bond, you know, because the current Singapore savings bond is at 3.47% per annum, annualized over 10 years. So 4% is a good 0.6% above it. So if we take just the bonus interest of 4%, on a 100k savings balance, that's $4,000 of bonus interest yearly. And if we divide it by 12, you're getting $333 monthly interest. $333 can pay a lot of bills, even more than the previous video, you know, $333, a lot of passive income coming in. Okay, I haven't finished about OCBC 360 because they also have a spend category, whereby if you spend above $500 on their eligible credit cards, you can get additional 0.6% interest. So the eligible OCBC credit cards are the Titanium, the 90 degrees N, which is a Visa or MasterCard, and also the OCBC 365. These four cards will be eligible for the 500 spend in order to get additional 0.6% interest. So it's excluding a very important card, which is a frank card. Don't go use your OCBC frank card for this. At a $100,000 savings level, if we add a 0.6% per annum, we will be getting $600 of additional interest per year. So if we take 600 divide by 12, you get $50 of additional interest. Now, some of you may be contemplating whether it's worth it to fulfill the spend or credit card category. Now, let's put it this way, right? You're getting $50 of additional interest per month. And if we make it like cashback, $50 cashback on a $500 spend, that is an effective 10% cashback, right? 50 over 500 equals 10%. So I think it's worth it. You don't have to think about other credit cards now. Just spend $500 on your Titanium rewards, your OCBC 365 or your OCBC 90 degrees N. I think that is a better credit card strategy than thinking of what cards to use, because you still have to fulfill that $500 spending either way. So I think it's pretty worth it to fulfill the spend category based on the OCBC credit cards just to get an additional $600 of yearly interest. But you know what is more worth it? That is the message from the sponsor. I am very jealous of you all. Jealous of those people who have not signed up for Weibo account, because Weibo just launched a record high promotion getting you $150 worth of cash voucher. And since many of you still have questions on the qualifying criteria, let's go through some of them. First deposit, you must have a $2,000 first deposit. Now, even if you have used that $2,000 to buy some stocks and the stocks has fallen to less than $2,000, that's fine as long as you have not made any cash withdrawals. Next, you need to buy one US stock or ETF worth at least $100. And you can choose any stock, right? I mean, you can choose Apple. Apple is at around 130, 140 levels, way above $100, so you'll be safe. The third criteria is you have to make one option trade. So you can just look at Apple options. You can buy a $70 put expiring this Friday at like 1 cent. So 100 units of it will be $1. And lastly, you have to hold your deposit for at least 30 days until your cash voucher reward is credited. And that's how you can use the referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to sign up for your Weibo account today. Now let's take a look at the second contender, DBS Multiplier. DBS Multiplier has been one of the highest interest savings account over the years, right? But let's take a look at what are they offering today. So DBS Multiplier actually has more criteria and categories to fulfill other than your salary credit, your dividends, or your SG Findex. That's one major basic category. You also need to fulfill your insure, your invest, and your spend category. Now, for more details on fulfilling these three categories, you can refer to my previous high interest savings account video because I have detailed it even further on how you can fulfill those categories. But today, let's take a look at the DBS multiplier, right? If you fulfill a three category and you are in the range of eligible transactions of around $5,000 to $14,999, right? That would actually put you in the category where you are able to get 2.4% per annum. And that is an effective interest rate of 2.4% per annum. It's not like your first 15,000 get like 1.8%, your next 50,000 get 3%, this kind of nonsense. It's like the entire first 100k will get 2.4%. So they remove that nonsense criteria already, which is good. So 2.4% interest on 100k, you are getting $2,400 yearly, and that will be a monthly interest of $200, which is not too bad, but still quite a far cry from $333 monthly from OCBC 360. And if you compare between OCBC 360, your salary credit is already getting 2.5%, which is 0.1% higher than DBS multiplier 2.4% already. And that's just one category, So for those people who are lazy, maybe just consider OCBC 360 for the effort. But that does not mean that DBS multiplier is useless, because the very important criteria of DBS multiplier is that it does not require you to have salary credit. You can just credit some dividends, you can connect your SG Findex, and you will fulfill that criteria. Okay, you don't have to have salary credit. So it's very useful for people who are self-employed, not drawing a monthly payroll salary, or for those people who are retirees because they do not work for a company anymore and they are not able to fulfill the criteria of salary credit anyway. Okay, so the last contender is Trust Bank, and I know Trust Bank is very popular for referral and also getting the benefits of NTUC fair price and even getting a free rice, right? If you look at my over 23,000 views TikTok video showing how I just redeemed my rice and people are crazy about it, and do follow my TikTok as well. Okay, but Trust Bank is serious business now because they are giving you first 75,000, you will get 1.5% interest without any terms and conditions. So you're just getting 1.5% per annum on your first 75k. But if you step up the ladder and make 5 purchases on your Trust card, you can get 0.5% additionally. So that will bump it up to 2%. That's for a non-NTUC Union member. And if you're an NTUC Union member, you can actually bump this criteria, the spend criteria, up to additional 1%. So that means 1.5% plus 1%. If you are an NTUC Union member, you get an effective interest rate of 2.5% based on the 75k savings level. So if you take 2.5% interest on the 75,000 savings level, you'll get $1,875 yearly, and that means around $156 monthly. So for those who are considering using Trust Bank because maybe you're a retiree, you don't have salary credit and all that, and you're considering whether you should sign up for an NTUC member to get 0.5% per annum additionally, right, compared to a non-union member, I would say go for the NTUC Union member. Here are my calculations why. If we look at the NTUC Union member pricing, it's at $117 per year. So in order for your NTUC Union member to be worth it, it means that your additional interest must be above $117 to at least break even. And we know that NTUC member have so many benefits, right? Like those link points, those discounted NTUC programs and seminars and trainings that you can sign up for. And so if we take the 0.5% additional interest on the $75,000 of savings, you will get around $375 of bonus interest, which is so much more than the annual fees paid to the NTUC Union member, right? $375 versus $117 of fees. You'll profit at least $200 over by just signing up for the NTUC Union member if you have saved at least $75,000 on Trust Bank. So you see, I know some of you are lazy to calculate, but I calculate for you already, so you don't have to go and research and do the calculations yourself, which is pretty good, right? But you have realized that I missed out UOB1. What happened to UOB1? UOB1 in my previous video was the top contender, for the high yield savings account, but they have not made their actions yet. So I guess when UOB1 has taken action and updated their rates, I'll do a follow-up video to this. And if you do want to check out my earlier video on high interest savings account where UOB1 is a real contender, then you should watch this video right here because I compared the highest interest savings account previously and that has UOB1 in it.